Hey Tammy, how you doing? How's it going? Nice night out tonight. Clear as a bell up here. Cold, about 27, but nice. Doing pretty good tonight. Yep. So far so good. You have big plans for New Year's Eve? Party, all right. Way to go. That's what that night's for. Hey Mark, how you doing? Yeah, I've been fooling around today with that royalty-free music. I mean, I'm willing to pay for it, but even that's got a lot of strings attached. I'd like to find like a good loop that I could like change every once in a while. What are you up to, Mark? You got a big New Year's Eve party to go to? Yeah, I'm doing pretty well tonight. Nice, clear, cold night up here. No wind, though. Yeah, well, most of it I pay for. But as Yeah Man pointed out to me, I always thought it was kind of ironic that I paid for all the music, the good stuff, the stuff that you would recognize that you heard on the radio, and then I would use it on my YouTube videos, and then I would get a warning that, okay, chosen one, you're on notice. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. And those are artists and record companies that use guys like me to promote their songs. Every once in a while, like today, I had two that get blocked worldwide. You'll see the video, but you won't see the audio. And a bunch of these late night chats that we had were deleted because there was a radio playing in the background. So I searched around today and looked for like places where I can pay for it, but there's still a lot of strings attached. So 90% of the songs that I attach to the videos, which automatically block out any monetization. I don't care though. I'm really not into it for monetization, and it's rare that you get a video where you make any money on anyway, so I don't really care. I'm more interested in like the videos I put up and the songs that I can connect with them. So most of it I pay for, and most of it there's not a problem with. And probably 10% of it is that royalty-free generic music that you get from YouTube, which is okay sometimes, but most of it's not that great. And a bigger problem I have is that it doesn't last long. They're very short songs, like around 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, something like that. And a lot of times I'll just combine like two or three videos, which are 10 minutes long. That really works against me if, I was trying to get views, but I'm not. Because when you look at those Google analytics, like the average person that clicks on a video watches for like 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So if you were trying to run this as a business platform, you would keep all your videos around 3 minutes and 15 seconds, which I don't do because I don't want to, just put three videos of the same thing. So I try and bunch them together, but it works against you if your goal is getting views. If you have a song that you like, or you want to know who the artist is or what the song is, ask me and I'll tell you. But there's a free app you can get on your cell phone. It's called Shazam, Shazam. And you download that app, and whenever you hear a song anywhere, you just push this button, and instantly it tells you who the artist is and the name of the song. It's really a handy application. It really works well. And some of the songs will automatically come up in like the credits at the bottom of the video. I don't know how they do that, but that's fine with me. I'm all for promoting them. Oh, okay, Tammy. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, really. I like it. So far, so good. It's funny on these chats, I've done the scheduled chats. It just stuff doesn't seem as fun when it's planned. These impromptu chats seem to work better. But I'm always shocked when, we'll have a chat like this and it's one that YouTube didn't delete because there isn't any music in the background. And I'll look on later and there's like 100 views on an old chat. Just doesn't make any sense. I know that I would have zero interest in listening to an old chat. I've been fooling around building another website, which is super easy now. It's all drag and drop. I kind of looked around for a new desktop computer too. Mine's going to be crapping out any day. I don't know if you can hear that buzzing in the back. That's the hard drive. It's been doing it for 2 months. It's too bad these live videos couldn't have audio from everybody involved. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that, Rick. What is considered a viral video? Retro Mike, what's going on? How you doing? Okay, is there any number connected to that, Rick? You had a pretty good day, yeah. Got a lot of work done, then went over to a buddy of mine's house and his wife's. Hey Felicia, how you doing? Looking forward to those Del Rey photographs. Felicia, email me your address and I'll send you a magnet at Del Rey and a Christmas card I had made of Zug Island. I've got like 5 of them left. I think you'd really get a kick out of it if you have a Del Rey interest. Well, Del Rey is really changing, Felicia. There's not much of it left. Yeah, I'll check that out, Rick. It's a nice day today. Felicia, I didn't know you got on these live broadcasts. Way to go. Hey Diane, how's it going? Fine, thanks. How you doing? Yeah, I do have a scanner, but it's an old scanner. It's like a Radio Shack scanner. I used to have it for aviation, and I used it as a marine scanner occasionally. Well, up here I pulled it out and plugged it in, but evidently I get the hospital transfers in the fire department. But evidently there's some trunking system now with digital transmissions. The scanners are like 400 or 500 bucks. And I don't give a shit about that much. I just plugged this one in just out of curiosity. But I realize now that I don't get any of the police transmissions. I just get like the hospital runs and the fire department, once in a while a rogue transmission. So I'll probably scrap the damn thing. And it doesn't interest me enough to spend 500 bucks. I don't really care what the cops are doing. I'm not an ambulance chaser, not yet anyway. I think it would probably still work okay for aviation, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm trying to find some music that I can play where the videos don't get deleted, the live chats don't get deleted. That's no small task. I'm willing to pay for it, but there's, as I said earlier, there's still some strings attached to any of this music that you buy. I'm going to search on eBay like noise machines and stuff. Yeah, not much, Mark. They're really not doing much, that's for sure. Sitting with their lights off trying to get a speeder. That's what they usually do at night. Oh. 1916, wow. That's interesting. Great. Rick, are you talking to me about driving north? Because if you are, yes, the answer is yes, I do. Yeah, I drive north. I go up to the UP quite a bit. Yeah, I believe that, Mike. In the early 2000s, yeah, I believe that. I'm surprised they're still not playing it. Yeah, I go up to the UP, Sault Ste. Marie, Mackinac City, that kind of thing. I like going up there in the winter. I'll tell you, it's absolutely killer in the winter before everything freezes solid to videotape the water around the Mackinac Bridge. Really beautiful. Splashes up. It's always windy as hell. Yeah, no hurry on that, Felicia. No problem. Yeah, over there in Verner Highway, that's been, Hispanic for, geez, probably over 100 years now. High concentration. They keep the neighborhoods very nice. A lot of great restaurants. Yeah, I'm not doing anything New Year's Eve. Yeah, but I just like probably fool around here on YouTube, to tell you the truth. I got one Christmas card this year. No, I just never been a guy really into that kind of stuff. I'll fool around on YouTube. I've been making a new website, get my ducks in order to start doing some more work. And that's about it. Nothing remarkable, let's put it that way. Even when I was young, I didn't really care about New Year's Eve. I kind of avoided it. Just one more day to me. My birthday is the same week too. I'm officially an old man now. Now, I've had a pretty good run at going down to Detroit for the last 2 months, or I'd probably be down there around Detroit doing videos. No, don't have any kids, Rick. No. I'm still legally married, but I haven't lived with my wife in like 20 years. She lives with her boyfriend down in Florida. I had one girlfriend since I left my wife, and that was about like 1999. And to be honest with you, I couldn't wait to get rid of her. Yeah, nice quiet New Year's Eve. That's right. I mean, I have a dog, a great dog, but I don't really need like companionship like that. I have a rescue dog that was given up a few times, and I mean, I like being a good owner to her. But I never planned on getting a dog when I got her. I just did it because I thought it was the right thing to do, and I don't regret it. I wouldn't take $1 million for her. But I'm not like a guy that, considers, people say, oh, you got your dog, great companionship. Yeah, she's a great dog and I like her and I wouldn't trade her for anything. But I don't need like something living around me to hang in there. As you people that have followed me for a while know, I had some absolutely horrific experiences with depression that I'm lucky to have survived. And I'm doing a lot better now. But it's the nature of the beast. I'm doing better, but it's not like every day's a party. Yeah, I have people that are always wanting to set me up, or, here's the thing. I think because I think I could have a girlfriend if I wanted one. And I know people ask me if I'm single or if they could set me up with so-and-so, and I'm really not interested in it. And I think maybe when the day comes when having a relationship isn't an option, I may not be so bold as to saying how much I enjoy being alone. I had one of Marguerite's daughters contact me tonight, but when I called her back, she was sleeping, and I told her I'd call her tomorrow. Real sweet girl, lives out in Battle Creek. That's another thing, too. If you watch some of the interviews that I've had with women down there in Detroit, look, I don't claim to be doing anything great. I treat them nice. I pay them for their interviews. I feel bad for them, but my relationship with those women is much different than the relationship they had with their children. And some of their children do not care for their parents. But I try not to get into it. If they want to get together and I can be the conduit between reestablishing a relationship, I'm glad to do that. But I can tell early on if they don't want to get together, I'm fine with that as well. But you would be shocked at how many people watch these videos and know the people that I've interviewed. They went to high school with them. They worked with them someplace. They're family members. They're ex-lovers. I mean, YouTube really can take a big segment of the population and condense it down into a very small world. It's super interesting. I'm 100% completely addicted and supportive of YouTube. I do listen to YouTubers, Rick. I like watching aviation videos. I boxed and kickboxed when I was younger. I like watching those. I watch some weightlifting videos. I'm a big animal nut. And that's pretty it. I'll watch some bands that I like. I like watching lectures of academics. You get some pretty good neurosurgeons, lectures from Harvard, Columbia, New York University, places that you normally wouldn't be privy to. And you're getting a lot of great information for free. I always think it's funny here. You'll look on a YouTube video and you'll you'll see a squirrel try to get into a bird feeder, and it'll get 3 million views. And here you'll have a neurosurgeon that just did some breakthrough in brain surgery, and he'll have 9 views, and his video's been up for 2 years. I guess it's all what people want to watch. Yeah, I was surprised, Retro Mike, that Chris Cyborg and John Jones' video was up so soon. Usually they block those. But they were both on there. I watched the full fights and I watched the highlights. I'll tell you, that's a brutal sport. I guarantee you, if they think football's violent, it'll be, I don't even want to say interesting because it sounds positive, but you're going to see some people in some very bad shape when they get in their 50s and 60s. You just can't take blows to the head like that and not have some kind of damage. Elbows to the head, being punched after you're already knocked out. Back in the early 70s, there was a guy named Art Dorr, D-O-R-R. He made his money in the demolition business, but he's from Bay City. And he did the tough man competitions. I went and saw a couple of them at Cobo Hall and Olympia. And they actually banned those. They were using 16-ounce gloves in tough man competition and banned those because it was too violent. And now look. And if you think MMA in this country is bad, look at the old Pride that was done in Asia. You could kick guys in the head while they were down. Just knee them too. But there are definitely some skilled guys. In the 70s and 80s, if a guy could throw a roundhouse and connect with a heavy bag, it was something. Now these guys are knocking people out with them in a real fight. I mean, martial arts has advanced so much. Yeah, no, it's really evolved. Young kids, yeah, it's crazy. That's a brutal sport, though. But here these football players are, getting this CTE, wearing helmets. You can imagine what fighting at the upper echelon of the MMA does to your brain without anything. I mean, when that foot connects to the side of your skull, that's it. Yeah, it's crazy, right, Mike? Yeah, I know, it's wild. I don't know if you guys are into airplanes, but there's an app, Flight Aware, you can get. And I can hear a jet flying over at probably 35 to 40,000 feet right now. So I'll go on this app and I'll click on it. It's real quiet tonight, no wind. And I'll go on there and I'll click on flights near me. And I can tell you exactly, I can click on the plane. It's the same plane, there's only one around. It's British Airways 777. It's the 200 series, which is the big giant plane. It's going from Chicago to London, England. And it's a 6-hour and 20-minute flight. It's doing 478 knots. So that's around 580 miles an hour. It's at 37,000 feet. I mean, it's crazy. You can hear a plane and then click on this little app and know everything about it. A lot of the flights from Chicago that are going to the east fly over West Branch, believe it or not. Yeah, check it out. Flight Aware. It's a free app. Yep. You can do it for Detroit, any place. Yeah, Felicia, it's really interesting. When it's a quiet night, no wind, no traffic like it is here, I can actually hear that jet. This one's at 37,000 feet. I can hear them blasting through the air. Now, everything's got to be just right. You know, it's frequency, not decibels. So I heard that plane going over. I clicked on my app, sure enough. Yeah, get that app if you're interested in stuff like that. I find planes is so super interesting. Now that one's going east to west, so or west to east, so you know he's got the prevailing westerlies. So in the wintertime, you're really hauling ass going east. Your ground speed is very high. But when you're coming the other way, if you're coming from Europe to going to the west, you're very slow because you got those same winds that you're bucking. I mean, I've seen 240 knot jet streams. 240 knots. It's like 270 mile an hour winds up there. You want to try and get lower or get higher to get away from them, but usually you get lower, which means you go slower. But going from look at the flight times if you get this app. Going west to east in the winter, you're really hauling ass. It's Flight Aware. FLIGHT AWARE. Free app. So damn interesting. Right there, type it in there for you. And you can use it to like, if you got it, you can use if you have the airplane number, the tail number, all sorts of shit. I'll go down to the airport here sometimes and see a jet or a turboprop sitting on the ramp, and I'll type in the tail number to figure out where he came from and when he's leaving and everything else. Yeah, you'll really like it, Metro Mike. It's fascinating. And if you give them your email, they'll give you some really interesting information unrelated to tracking airplanes in the sky. Like the other day, they had a double flame out in a 767. It was some kind of fuel contamination. They ended up getting the engine started again, but it was a nerve-wracking time. But it's a treasure trove of information for nothing. The only downside is you have to have your GPS on, because that's what locates in the aircraft in relationship to the airports near you. So damn interesting. So, you know, that plane, and you can go on there and you realize how fast these things are going. These airplanes are going. Now this plane's about ready to hit Lake Huron. And then you see them out. If you think the air traffic is busy in the United States, it's nothing. It's zip, it's zero. You can scroll over the whole world in like a second. You can see the Great Circle Route is the shortest distance to fly from places in the world. You don't want to go along the latitude lines. You want to go up to the top of the world and come down. It's hard for it to make sense until you understand how it works. But if you went straight, it's actually longer. But you'll notice in the Great Circle Route, you'll see all the airplanes up around the Arctic Circle in the winter. They're leaving Europe, they're going up to the top of the world, and then they're starting to arc down into Asia. But wait till you download that app, and then I want you to scroll over to Beijing. It's like solid yellow. There are like 50 times more planes landing and taking off there at any airport than there is in the United States. And this does helicopters, the whole thing. Really, you love this app. All right, Felicia. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Looking forward to those photos. Yeah, it's the shortest distance on a sphere. You know, Mark, that's one of the biggest difficulties they had with GPS is taking something round and plotting it on a flat surface for navigation. It's January 4th. January 4th. And now you can fly direct instead of using VORs. Flying has really gotten a lot more user-friendly as far as navigation goes. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? That's right, Mark. Yeah. So you must be into maps and navigation as well. You ever look at any of those old sextants? Doing fine, Nicole. You know, Mark, it wasn't that long where they had a bubble in the top of like the old 747-400s, the old ones, where they would actually use SETSAG, which was a global navigation system, but they'd have to take a reading through that small bubble to figure out where they were at, where there was no radio communication. Yeah, there's a ship app too that I had for a while. It's like $3 a month, but it's worth it. So you don't need to just sit around waiting for freighters to pass Belle Isle, but I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, there's an excellent ship map. Yeah, those sextants are super interesting. Nicole, you have a big blowout party to go to on New Year's Eve? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, old Daisy's a good girl. Took her for a long walk today. I'll come up there and show you how to party, Nicole. It must have been Daisy. No, it was a black cat. Yeah, it was black. It could have been Daisy, because I remember thinking, I wonder if she's going to be on video or not. If it was solid black, it was Daisy. Yeah, Mark, up there in Port Huron, what do they call that? Not ship nerds, it's something like that, though. There's a place you can go drink coffee, and there are a bunch of boat nerd. Yeah, kind of an interesting place. Yeah, it was Daisy, definitely. You know, even Daisy is a puppy. I could let her out. She'll go out the front door, go over in the woods, chase a few deer, not go anywhere near the traffic, walk around the golf course, come in the back, scratch on the door. She's a super smart dog. Doesn't get in any mischief, nothing. Yeah, it was Daisy. It's funny you should say that because I wondered if you could see her. Nah, not really. I mean, she's pretty good. You know, she's just a dog that I've never had on a leash. Yeah, Mark, it's really interesting. Especially when you can see these big ass giant jets flying, you know, in the middle of the night. Some of them are like 12, 13-hour trips down to Australia, way over to Asia, from London to Beijing. But really look at the difference between the airspeed. Ground speed's what matters, but you can figure it out by airspeed in the difference between going to the west to the east and the east to the west. You know, Charlie Boy wasn't mine. That was my sister. She had him about 6 years. He was a sweet dog. Yeah, it was a drag. I had to put both my dogs to sleep in about 6 months. And then I had to go take Charlie and get him put down. It sucks. Yeah, these people, I just went over and visited a buddy of mine, and Yeah, 17 years. That really sucks. It's the right thing to do, though. I mean, if you really love them. Yeah, same thing happened to me. What sucks is that the dog doesn't know. The two mini greyhounds I had them put to sleep while I was holding them because they were very skittish dogs. But Charlie thought he was going for a walk. That's what's sad. I mean, he was not going to make it, was going to suffer a lot, but he wasn't at the point like the greyhounds were. Yeah, that fucking sucks, man. It's make you sick. Yeah, that's what's really sad. They think they're going for a walk. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yep, it's the right thing to do. Better they have no idea. You know, it seems like the times that I had to have that done, it was difficult. But I think as I get older, and like with Daisy, it would be like really bad. Yeah, that was my sister. Yep. In the old chicken dinner video. Yep. I don't talk to her anymore. She's the reason I ended up here. She was the first single owner of McDonald's franchises. 1978, single female. It's a sad story. He was a single parent. My nephew, who's 56, he was spoiled, never worked, and just fucking, made 500 grand a year and never left the house and didn't get married till 8 and married this idiot. And they have 9 kids. They can barely read or write because they claim they homeschool people. Anyway, because of him and his money spending, they were essentially kicked out of McDonald's. And the way McDonald's works is they have 20-year rewrites. It's a 20-year lease, basically. McDonald's owns the building and the property. And if you don't get rewritten, you're screwed. So McDonald's told them, we're not going to rewrite you. It's either you sell these places or you're just out of business. So they sold them. And at the time, McDonald's was a little bit down about 4 years ago, but there was so much debt racked up that when the debt was paid off, there wasn't much money left. My nephew is totally broke. My sister is broke. She just took a part-time job as a school teacher. She's 78 years old to make her bills. It's really sad. What's that, Mike? What determines their decision? Just the numbers? What are you talking about exactly? Yeah, they had it absolutely made. McDonald's aren't that great of a deal if you have a low volume store. An example would be like Rose City, Michigan, Gladwin, Michigan. But if you have McDonald's that are off the expressway, like the McDonald's where I live is like the 5th grossing McDonald's in the state. Like you're talking about $4 million a year in business. A small market, $1.5 million. They say you got to make $2 million now to break even. So it's probably a little higher than that. The rewrites, actually, unless you're people like my nephew, you don't have a problem with the rewrite. McDonald's is very easy to work with. But he fucked this thing up so goddamn bad and bounced checks and just started damaging the brand that they kicked him out. I mean, he had so many chances to do this right, and he still fucked it up. I just saw him in Walmart yesterday. I don't get along with either one. I wouldn't say don't get along, but I couldn't have done anything more to help these people. Let's put it this way. When the one McDonald's, when they were sold to the new owners, who I get along with and keep in touch with, and I still keep in touch with their old staff, they didn't get a card, a dinner, nothing. Just not good people. But I ran into my nephew yesterday in Walmart, and I did nothing but help that little fucker. And I helped my sister too, but they're the kind of people that just always talk shit about you no matter what. And I just had enough of it. So I just don't speak to them. I did nothing but help them. You know, you can have disagreements with people and it's water over the bridge and you think, well, I'll give them another shot. Not with these guys. I'm happy where I'm at. I mean, it sucks, but that's the way it is. Yeah, it's still sitting there, Mike. It's still sitting there. You know, it isn't an inconvenience for me. I'll tell you why. Because, yeah, they're toxic people, Kathy. That's exactly right. Anywhere they go, they cause problems. Yeah, it's still sitting there. So I may mess with it tomorrow. If not, I'll do it Tuesday. It's not that big a deal, but I'm not going anywhere anyway. Yeah, cut them loose. That's what I say. In a small town like this, though, people are always asking me, how's Judy? How's Ted? It's like, hell, I don't know. I don't talk to them. They're just crappy people. Yeah, it's still sitting at Walmart. Yep, sure is. Yeah, life is too short. Yeah, Retro Mike, it's not that big of a deal, man. I just got done drive my ass off. It takes me, it's 2.5 miles to Walmart. So I can walk up there like in a little under 40 minutes. Actually, yesterday I walked up there and back because I thought I fixed it myself, but it still wouldn't start. Then AAA wanted 2 hours to wait. I wasn't going to wait 2 hours. So I don't give a shit. I can't get it worked on until Wednesday anyway, so fuck it. Mark, are you talking about what happened with my family or my van? Yeah, I don't give a shit, really. I think it's the starter, but I'm not sure. I don't really care. Sure would be nice to. Oh, the truck just wouldn't. You know, I'll tell you, I went down to Louisville, went to Detroit, drove back here, and I went down to Walmart's, and I came on, it wouldn't start. I got great electric. The wire was busted from the fuse box to the solenoid. I replaced that. Goddamn thing wouldn't start. I mean, not even a bit, but great battery. So I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. Probably a starter. Yeah, 340,000 on mine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new car, but I dread it. Yeah. Okay, 340. Yeah, if you maintain them, they'll go that far, you know. You know, and I had that little depression issue. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you pass out, faint, any kind of bullshit like that, you get an automatic 6-month revocation on your driver's license. And that's what happened to me. The good news is it didn't start when it should have. And the bad news is it's 6 months long. So there was 5 months I couldn't drive. So I either walked, and I really got into biking at the time. And actually, I liked it so much and lost weight and got in better shape. I did it for 3 months before I even went to get my license back. Yeah, Kathy, that's a good question. I mean, I'm not into cars at all. I don't even know. There's nothing out there I really like. You know, you can lease these brand new pickups and stuff up here for like $189 a month. I don't want to do that. There's nothing out there I really like. I'm just dreading the day I'm going to have to switch. Plus, now these new cars are all have this electronic, computerized bullshit. So you're basically forced to go to the dealer at $85 an hour. You can't run them up to the couple 100,000 miles like I've done. Motorcycle, no way in hell, man. I drove an ambulance for a year, and I had 2 buddies get killed on motorcycles, and I'm well aware of the odds. The data is there. The statistics are there. Motorcycles are dangerous. I'm a guy that believes in calculated risk, which is why I flew an airplane and skydived and didn't think anything of it. It's pretty safe. Riding a motorcycle is not. Yeah, I'm just not interested in it. I'm going to have to do it, though. I'm going to have to get a new van. I'm really sold on all-wheel drive. And to get the all-wheel drive, you got to get the bigger engine and the bigger van, not one of these little Ford Trace or whatever the hell they call them. Nicole, I would love a motorcycle. I had one actually when I was like 17, 18. And a good buddy of mine actually 2 good buddies of mine got killed. I broke my shoulder once when a drunk pulled out in front of me. I love them. You get a shitload of performance. They get good gas mileage, but there is no way in hell I'm riding a motorcycle. I love them, but I'm not riding one. I mean, all summer long, these people get wiped out all year. 3 guys in the last year got killed by running into deer. I mean, shit. You know, you think buying lottery tickets is bad odds. How in the hell can you be on a motorcycle, be an experienced rider, be riding down the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night on a nice summer night and hit a deer? I can understand even hitting a deer. Even that's bad odds. But getting killed too? 3 times in the last year. Yeah, Nicole, you're lucky. That might have been the difference between you being alive and not being here. Motorcycles are dangerous, man. These people tell me, well, it's my time to go. It's my time to go. Yeah. I don't believe in that. I believe in risk analysis. Just like skydiving is safe. Look at the odds. Look at the stats. Flying an airplane is safe. It is. 27 degrees is perfect. It is. It's beautiful. Yeah, no way. I had boats, airplanes, you name it. But I got out of those motorcycles early. It's one thing if you got killed. It's another thing if you were like a quadriplegic. You had to have like full-time care, steering yourself around the mall with your mouth. Forget that. Yeah, Rick, I believe it, man. Hell yeah. You look on YouTube, there's a bunch of videos, man. Usually the people turning in front of you is what gets you. It's not getting hit from behind. There's a bunch of side swipe, but it's that person turning in front of you. That's what gets you. Because there's that couple of seconds where you're thinking, God damn it, I hope they don't turn in front of me. So you're not jamming on your brakes because they're still there. And you're thinking, well, they see me. They're waiting. You make the decision to keep going. They turn in. Fuck that. No way. I'm not doing it. Yeah, it's it. You know, I watched some YouTube videos today of vehicles falling through the ice. Yeah, your mom was smart. If I had kids, there is no way in hell they would ride a motorcycle when they were living with me. Like I said, I drove an ambulance for a year. Shit, that's all we did was pick up people that got in motorcycle wrecks in the summertime. I mean, that's the role of parenting, is to raise your children and care for them and point out the risk and steer them into activities that are not going to make them quadriplegics. So that was a smart mother. Yeah, to the morgue. That's no shit. And they market these things as like See America, and they show a couple going through the Rocky Mountains. Shit, you're nuts if you have a motorcycle. A death wish. And here's another thing about motorcycles: the policy. Airplanes are the same way. The policy limits are so low. In Michigan, if you get banged up in your car, you've got lifelong medical, that uninsured motorist fee, that fund that's never ending. You look at the policy limits on motorcycles and airplanes. Like on airplanes, it used to be like the max was like $40,000, $10,000 per person, and that policy was over. So if you crashed an airplane and all 4 people live, which is possible, I mean, you could go through 10 grand each halfway through an emergency room visit. Motorcycles are the same way. And the reason for that is because no one could afford the insurance. If you had the policy limits on motorcycles like you do on automobiles, your goddamn insurance would be $5 grand a year. So the only way to make them legal to have insurance is to keep the policy limits low, but nobody ever plans on getting in an accident. So here you get all fucked up. You're in a goddamn coma for 6 months, and you've racked up a $3 million medical bill, and you've got a $80,000 cap on your medical. Yeah, I mean, you get screwed every way possible. Plus, you lose your independence. No way, man. I know people sometimes let their kids I've gotten in arguments with them about it, and it really isn't any of my business, but I want the best for their kids. Young girls, college girls, going to go for a ride to motorcycle. All it takes is one ride. No way. Yes, Victor escape. That's right. And honestly, it's just like aviation. I mean, I flew for a long time. I've got a lot of experience as a pilot. And even though statistically it's safer than driving a car, there is no way in hell, if I had 2 kids and a wife, that I'm going to try and fly a single engine, non-icing equipped airplane somewhere around Christmas or New Year's in weather like we're getting. You watch the news, you'll see people, even if you're experienced, the people that try and make it from like the Midwestern states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, down to Florida for Christmas or New Year's, and flying back, it gets them all. It gets most of them around the Appalachians. There's a world of difference between a commercial airliner and a private airplane. And you're basically taking it's not motorcycle risk, but it's risky. What are you doing, huh? You want to go out? What are you doing, Bubby? Good girl. Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Oh, yeah, that's Daisy not getting enough attention. Daisy's not getting enough attention. Okay, I'll give her some. Yeah, those smart cars, that's a long way, I think, before those things. I used to see them over on Belle Isle running off the grass all the time. Yeah, I'm at my house, Rick, yeah. Okay, she's a good girl. That's a good animal. That's a good Daisy. Yeah, thanks, Mike. This damn dog will drive me crazy to go to bed. Loves to go to bed at night. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good girl. That's a good dog. That's a good. Yeah, she's with me all the time. Oh, Daisy's a good dog. Good girl. Good girl. That's a monkey face. Behind Walmart, you mean in West Branch? There's only really like 2 houses back there. And those are like the richest guys in town. Are you talking about Walgreens? If you look on Google Earth, it's not Walmart, it's Walgreens. And you'll look at those condos behind there. I'm the third one from the end. From the east end, third one. Yeah, I'm the third one from the end, the east end. My deck is like I stained it brown. Yeah, white condos. Yeah, they're all right. I got lucky on these condos, man. These condos are nice. All hardwood floors. Like I think it's 2,300 square feet. Skylights upstairs. My heating bill is only like $80 a month. My taxes are $1,600 a year. I paid 75 grand for it. Now they're going for about 100, 110. But I bought mine when the market was tanked. Can't beat it. I mean, I don't have the greatest view, but like I said before, I've had nice houses and nice views. It's not worth it. Yeah, I got my whole basement filled with shit I've collected that I'm trying to sell. I just sold my Victorian furniture. I'm thinking I'm going to move down to Detroit. That's what I'm thinking in the back of my mind. So I'm just trying to get rid of this shit. I've sold a ton of it, but it's been like 2 years almost. Well, 18 months. The lights out there, that is, if you look, the blinking light, I don't even know what that business is. I think it's a tool rental place. The 2 lights you see, the brighter one is the back of a Walgreens. The other one that's smaller and not as bright is a strip mall, and that's a Verizon cell phone store. Yeah, I know, Mark. I probably won't. I don't know what I'll do. I do plan on getting back into business, and there's no business up here, so if you looked at it from a dollar standpoint, it'd be probably cost effective for me to live here. But I think I might get sick of driving back and forth 200 miles one way. I mean, I like going around, fucking around the city and going over to Belle Isle. I dick around Metro Airport, and I take my dog running at those Willow Park and get a Captain Nemo sub. And, I got a lot of shit I like doing down there. It's nice here, too. It's about an even draw. That's why I'm 50-50. I'll tell you what I don't want is a house payment, which is almost guaranteed if I move down there. You think I would be happier here, Retro Mike, or coming to Detroit? That's good. That's a good day. That's a good day. Rolling into Detroit. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. I like to live in that ideal bar down in Delray. Sometimes you got these crazy notions, like guys fall in love with some girl they met in the 9th grade and they're 70 years old and they hook back together and they're happy as hell. I got this weird thought in my mind that I would like to live in Delray. No, I grew up in Flat Rock, Michigan, south of Detroit, Kathy. But I've lived all over as an adult. I just think I'd like to live in Delray. I don't know why. I'd like to live right where that red building is, that Ideal Bar. And as much as I like nature and the environment and all that kind of stuff, I'll tell you, man, looking out the back of that building at that Zug Island, as fucked up as it is, interests me. Yeah, I wish I could tell you. My dad used to talk about Delray when I was a kid. Not any specifics, but he'd bring it up all the damn time. And there's just something about it, like I feel at home when I'm there. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if you got one of my Christmas cards and one of my magnets or not. But my Christmas card was photos of Zug Island. Man, just that view of that place at night, those flames in the air and those black coal piles topped with white snow, and then the Rouge River, all the wildlife around there, but kind of like it's the hood, close to like Mexican Village. It's just kind of mystique to me. Yeah, I always film in Delray. Yep, that's right. I film the same stuff over and over. People say, well, why do you do that? Because it's not always the same. You know, that's a philosophical question. If you went down to the Detroit River tomorrow and you spent 5 minutes watching the water go by, and you came back a month later and watched it again, is that the same Detroit River? It's all new water. Yeah, Mike, I do. I have like 4 cards left and quite a few magnets. Send me your address. I think some people didn't want me to have their address because I know people would have liked one, and I sent a lot out. It's Tom Reed, TOMREED, 1956 at gmail.com. I have like 4 or 5 left. Yeah, Kathy, there's something to that. Speaks to me. You're right. I agree with that. And I'll tell you, I've never seen more 100-year-old people in my life than Delray. Yeah, Mike, send me one. Send me your address. I'll send you one out tomorrow. They're pretty cool, really. I mean, even though I got them, I think the card has 4 pictures of Delray, the Christmas card, or 3 maybe. And the magnet is that red building, you know, that I take millions of pictures of. You know, I offered to people all along, give me your address and your name, and I'll send you a card and magnet. But I thought that some of the people just didn't feel comfortable about me knowing really who they are and where they live. But I'll send you one out tomorrow. See, Nicole has one. That's right. Nicole, that took about 10 days to get to you. 10 days. Which is fine. I'm going to get some more stuff of that area too. I just like it. I think I'm going to get some coffee cups. The shirts look shitty. If I got shirts done, I get them done at like a legit place, not the ones I get where I got the cards and the magnets. I'm telling you, that red building, that old Ideal Bar, that's not going to be there forever. That'd be torn down. Yeah, I'll send it out to you tomorrow, Mike. No problem. Nicole probably felt safe because she was like 2,000 miles away, that I had a real name and a real address. You know, the video actually looks better on the playbacks. I must have a shitty monitor. Okay, Nicole. All right. That green light, I guess, is on the camera. Yeah, good fly. That's right. I've been close to there. I've been all through like the Canadian side heading west. I've been all through the Canadian Rockies, Yukon. You know, I don't know. A lot of people, including me, Nicole, have like kind of a romantic idea what living up in Canada is like. Nicole, you got to go to Alaska. It's the last frontier. That's one thing. That's one place that gives me faith that the world isn't just totally overpopulated and just one big giant parking lot. Man, you go to Alaska and it's like, God, it seems like when the world just started out. Yeah, Nicole, don't wait for it to be your dream. Just put it on a credit card. It's not that expensive, especially from where you're at. Alaska is one place that I highly recommend a cruise. Now, I've been everywhere on land there, that whole state, Aleutian Islands up to Barrow, but the cruise is fantastic. It's not like you're just, taking a short lap around a little place. Hey, Zach, I got all your stuff on smoking. I got it all. Yeah, the Alaskan cruise is great. It's not like a party cruise. It's fun. You see a lot of great stuff. Zach, you want me to email that to you? You want me to just tell you now? This is 35 years of experience on what works. Okay, you want to take Habitrol, Habitrol. And if you smoked more than 1.5 packs a day, you want to take the 21 milligram. If you smoke less than that, you can go the next milligram down. Now, when you're taking this medication, you do not ever want to smoke while you're on it. That's the first thing. The second thing is, when you get the urge to smoke, you want to take a nicotine lozenge. One isn't better than the other, but you want to have that around. And at least for the first 30 days, try and stay away from other people that smoke. It's a part of the chemical reaction that takes place in your brain. It just isn't as simple as, well, they're smoking, I think I ought to smoke. It matters. There are huge studies. There's a lot of data on this. Don't do it. It's 5 full days before your body starts recognizing that it isn't dependent on nicotine. So you said you were having a hell of a time the first day. The 6th day, it will get better. And if you're a heavy coffee drinker, cut back on caffeine while you're trying to kick smoking. They go hand in hand for a physiological reason. For sure works the best, Zach. Absolutely. So do those things and you will be able to quit. And don't feel bad about those intense cravings you had after one day. And then get the nicotine lozenges when you have the urge. You get a lot of support on here. Retro Mike, it's hard to quit. But with those two things, yeah, you're welcome. No problem. And this guy is just the greatest guy you'd ever meet in your life. I was just over at his house. I'll probably be back in, I got to fight to keep from going to Southwest Detroit every day of the week. I'll probably be down there in a couple of weeks. Normally, I'd be down there now for New Year's Eve, New Year's, but I was down there so much and I'm trying to get some stuff done. Yeah, Zach, you just a lot of support here. We're rooting for you. And that's 35 years of experience. This guy knows what works. We're rooting for you up here. There are some pretty good studies out there with diet soda in health. Now, they have got away from aspartame in their sweetening beverages with beet juice, but overall, it's still not good for you. I drink them, but not that much. I mean, I got my own issues. I shouldn't drink them at all. But like if I get an Arby's roast beef sandwich or something, it just tastes so much better with a carbonated beverage than a glass of water. Mike, do you drink the diet or the regular? Yeah, you good girl. I'm gonna go bed. In a little bit. Yeah, regular Coke. Mountain Dew is the worst. That regular Coke will wreak havoc on your teeth. I went to the dentist the other day and got a cleaning, and she was telling me how these young kids are trashing their teeth with energy drinks. What are you doing, huh? Wow, huh? Yeah, that's exactly right, Retro Mike. I just threw her a squeaky. Good girl, huh? Good. Wow, look at that, huh? Wow. Wow, look at that. What about this one? Good girl. Wow. Good girl. Good girl. Wow. No, it's a dog throwing her squeaky to her. Anything you throw to her, Kathy. Seems like her favorite toy is this old cheap hard rubber squeaky. I can't even make it squeak with my hands. You're a good girl, honey. You're a good girl, honey. Yeah, a lot of people like McDonald's. Yeah, Zach, I'll have to check that out. What, hon? What do you want? What? What do you want, honey? What? What do you want? Wow, look at that. Wow. Wow. Wow, look at that. Good girl. Good girl, honey. Yeah, it does seem to be pretty good Coke. You know, it's funny, McDonald's Coke's cheaper now than it was 30 years ago. Yeah, the quarter pounder is the only meat that's not frozen. It's fresh hamburger. That's their best hamburger. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Nah, I wouldn't get a job there. I'd do work other places. Yeah, Delray's safe. There's nothing left to steal. It's all gone already. Good girl, baby. Good girl, man. Oh, good girl, man. Yeah, Zach, all the good locations are gone. I mean, these places basically maxed out. The McDonald's good locations have been gone for a long time. Like, I have friends that own this Tim Hortons up here. There's no money in that. They barely get by. Taco Bell, you got to own three or four of them. Most of those good locations are gone. There isn't any money in Subway unless you're an Indian. You can get all your relatives to come from India and live in an apartment and work for nothing, 16-hour shifts. So unless it's a new franchise that really takes off, I wouldn't recommend anybody get into one. Even McDonald's isn't that great anymore. Like I said, all the good locations are gone. If you don't have a high volume store, or if you're not off an expressway, you basically bought yourself a job. I know a guy that owned some Subways that lost his ass at Fireman Subs or Firehouse Subs. That's a bunch of bullshit. I don't know of any good ones out there. Steak and Shake, I saw, had a full page ad in a newspaper about a month ago looking the corporations getting rid of the stores and they're selling them to individuals. Yeah, that ought to be the first red flag. They're not high grossing enough. No, Tim Hortons does well in Canada. It doesn't do well in the United States. Potbelly, same shit. Can't give them away. Yeah, Dick's Road and Miller. My dad worked at Rouge. That party store there, it used to be called Jim's Party Store. They had rotisserie chickens way before anybody else did. It was great. I don't really think Del Rey's dangerous. Shit, there's nobody there. Docked on the canal near Zug Island. Oh, that's cool. I used to live over on Woodmont. I tried living there for about a year. Played basketball all night long at Herman Gardens. It was great. Yeah, Dixon Miller is a cool looking area though. That's a good Mexican restaurant near there. Yeah, Retro Mike, all of them, I think. All of them, I think there. One guy from Australia and another guy from Canada. Yeah, Sam, if you look at the recent data though, the River Rouge is clean compared to a lot of rivers like the Huron River around Novi, Wixom. It's clean compared to those. You know, they got a big program to dredge around Dug Island coming up next summer. They're going to dredge all that bullshit out on the bottom. From St. Louis? Huh. Sam, where was that bar at? Don't forget our summer camp out this upcoming summer, Delray. Yeah, Hines Park. That's the Upper Rouge, I think. It may be the beginning of the Middle Rouge. I mean, if they had a picture in the dictionary of industrial areas, they ought to have a photo of Dick's and Miller Road. That's as industrial looking as it gets. Yeah, that's cool. Why does everything seem like it was better years ago? Yeah, you're probably right, baby doll. Probably was. Good girl, man. Yeah, I believe that, Sam. You notice too, like in Delray, look at all the mature trees. All the homes are burned out, demolished, or have been set on fire, but you have these gorgeous trees. If you look on Google Earth, even, or the videos that I've done, look over near Foreman Park, which is under the Rouge Bridge. Look at those gorgeous mature trees, untrimmed, untouched, just beautiful. They look like an example of a tree in the dictionary. It's gorgeous. Yeah, Sam, don't feel bad. I'm the same way. Obsessed with it. Yeah, I have. I have, Metro Mike. I lived in downtown for like 13, 14 years and did shitloads of surveillance all over Illinois, from the top to the bottom, all the way to the west, all the way to the east. I've been there before and done surveillance in Carroll, Illinois. Yeah, Sam, maybe it is. Really though, Delray, it's how the urban landscape mixes in with the industry. And I think the cherry on the top for me is all the wildlife. You'll never see more waterfall fall than you will around Zug Island. Yeah, Carol is very interesting. I agree. I've got two photo albums of the Great Flood. I think it was 1927, uh, and Carol is in that. Really a historic town at the Ohio and the Mississippi River. Yeah, I've never looked at any YouTube videos of Carol. I will do that though. Down around Carroll and places like that, though, the Department of Interior has spent a lot of money in research on the canopies that were used for wood harvesting over the years and how they're trying to bring them back and how they relate to the proliferation of birds and breeding. I read one study where they talked about these old canopies where you could walk into them for like 12 miles and it'd still be solid trees. But there's actually an average of miles that raccoons will walk in to raid bird nests and eat the eggs. And it's about like 2.8 miles. So when these places were forested and all the deep woods had been removed, the population of particularly songbirds went down because the raccoons would cover that whole area. They chose not to when it was a long ways, but when it became shorter, it wiped out the bird population. Interesting. Speaking of interesting, I was watching a YouTube video on fruit bats. Have you ever looked up fruit bats? They are so damn cool. I'd love to see a fruit bat. They're so cute. They're huge too. Yeah, fruit bats, really neat. I have to do more reading on fruit bats though, because if you look at a wing, like the wing on anything, an insect, a prop propeller is a wing. The wing on an airplane, the way a wing is designed to create lift, it's just not a piece of plywood flopping through the air. And when you look at bats, that's all like skin. It's not a wing. And I don't quite understand how they fly around like that. It's basically just skin. Oh, in Ludington. Oh, that's cool. Good night, Mark. Happy New Year. Yeah, you're right, Sam. There's an older lady I go out to dinner with once in a while. Her husband died. She told me she's probably in her mid 70s. She said when she was a teenager, a train used to go up from down below and just drop off hundreds of people, and they'd spend the weekend going watching bands play in Houghton Lake. Up until the mid 70s, you're right, it was a vacation spot. It's a shell of itself. Too many other things to do. Yeah, West Branch is pretty nice.
John Bones Jones. This has been a crazy week, isn't it? Crazy couple of years for you. I mean, I watched the retrospective on you when you come up, compared to actually your first fight against this now back in Minneapolis. I think one thing that people are not really recognizing here is that there's a lot of physical strength now. I mean, you haven't really been able to focus on being the best.
Yeah, it's run down, Sam. You're right. Well, I think I'm going to head to bed, you guys, man. I'm tired. Tired as hell. I'll be glad to leave this on if you guys want to chat. Okay, Mike. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. The rest of you guys want to stay and chat, that's fine. I'll just leave this on. That's no problem. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. I'll be on tomorrow night if you're around. Okay, Rick. Good night. Yeah, Happy New Year to you. Thank you. I'll be on here tomorrow if you're around. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Happy New Year. Yeah, appreciate it. Probably on tomorrow night as well, so you're certainly welcome. Good talking with you. So if anybody's on here still wants to chat, that's fine. If not, I'll probably sign off for tonight and come back on tomorrow night. Thank you, Sam. You too. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Yep, I noticed you. Yep, see you there. Yep. Good for you. Where are you from, Wendy? Oh, okay. Oh, New York. All right. What part? All right, Sam. Thank you. Yeah, bedtime is right. You got that right. Queens. All right. Is this your first time on here, Wendy? All right. Well, welcome. I offer the finest views in Michigan behind a closed Walgreens. Yeah, I'd like to take credit for it, but I can't. Wendy, do you have your own channel? Do you have some videos that are uploaded? Okay, I'll check it out. Check those out. Do you have many subscribers? You will. You just got to get lucky. That's all it takes. Get one decent video. I shouldn't even say decent. One video that YouTube recommends, and you're home free. You go from nothing to 10,000 subscribers in a week. Yeah, well, I had about 800 for 10 years. And one video takes off, and you're home free. I'm not doing anything different now than I did when I had 50 subscribers. Yeah, you never know. I had videos sit around for 3 years with hardly any views, and then one took off, and that was it. It helps in the sense that once you get 10,000, you get a lot of like breaks on things and different promotional things, and things open up for you so you can get even more subscribers. No, I just started doing live stream a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago. Live stream has actually surprised me. You know, I was interested originally in the internet radio station, and I kind of toyed around with it, but it's hard to build a client base. But then this live came out, and basically this is an internet radio station when I'm live, because as you can see, it's a live feed at the back of a Walgreens isn't exactly attractive. So I get pretty much the same people when I go on, and sometimes new viewers like yourself, which is good for me because I'd like to, I'm kind of interested in like an internet radio station. I've been getting a lot of my videos that were up that were live before canceled by YouTube because I had background music playing. And I guess that's copyright violations, and they automatically delete them. I looked around today for royalty-free music or music that I could pay for, and there's a lot of strings attached. So I think it's nice to have background music, but I'm a ways off from putting music up that won't get my videos deleted. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Wendy. Yeah, see, the thing about it is you can get royalty-free music, and when you use it as an individual, that's different than using it for what they consider as a commercial purpose, like what I'm doing now. Yeah, you do fine, Wendy. It's just shit luck, really. I mean, if it had anything to do with skill or video editing, no one would have probably ever heard of me. YouTube sent me, you get a lot of extra stuff too when you get 10,000 subscribers. YouTube starts sending you stuff about your opinion and, you know, right? Do you belong to this? Do you belong to that? So I guess there are a lot of other platforms out there that I never knew of, you know, where you can host your videos. I think I'm going to check into one of those like sound machines and just make my own background noises. I don't need to worry about it. I mean, I probably use 10% of the resources out there for promoting a channel. Sometimes I do, yeah. Yep. I mean, I spend the majority of my time in Detroit and in the Southwest section, which has a rich history. It's kind of like where the urban landscape meets heavy industry, which really intrigues me. And it's basically where I got the majority of my following. You know, living in a place like Queens, you could come up with all sorts of good content, interesting content. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here. Wendy, you have a good night. Good luck with your channel. You're welcome. Good luck with everything. And Happy New Year.